This question has two parts to it. There is trial number one, where there's a block at the top, and it moves from the top to the bottom. We have gravitational potential energy at the top, kinetic energy at the bottom. We are told that it's frictionless, so that means no energy would be lost. So then we have the gravitational potential energy at the top being equal to kinetic energy at the bottom, and we are told that that amount has a label E0. So then a second trial is run, a second case is run. And in addition to the block just being released, additional forces are given to it. One in this direction, one in this direction. One in this direction, same forces. Now, what we may notice in looking at these is that we could break this one, break the vertical force into those two components. And we can break this horizontal force into those two components. Now, if you look at this component for this force and this force, the horizontal force is clearly larger. So the result of these two forces is to create an additional net force down the inclined plane. Now, you'll also notice that if you take the two green forces that are the vertical-ish components, the perpendicular components, they serve to make it lighter. Now, since there's no friction, it's not going to reduce the friction any. So we might say it doesn't have any real effect on the object except to reduce, the normal force on that. But the important thing is that there's this increased component of the force down the inclined plane, which will make it go faster. So one, we have energy that goes to the bottom that comes about because of the gravitational potential energy, which will still occur in case two. But there is an additional amount of work that results to a kinetic energy, which is equal to that force times the distance applied. So the object at the bottom would have the same E0 plus this additional energy. So the energy would be greater at E0. Not equal, definitely not less, because there would have to have been a force counteracting it. And there's no way to interpret those two forces as slowing it down. And the angles are such that we can tell, given that this is 30 degrees.